Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And we're finally back. We've taken a little bit of a hiatus from recording for the past couple of weeks because someone, not me, had back surgery.
Yeah. And what a back surgery it was.
Yeah. Well, you've been a really, really good patient. I wasn't sure how you'd be because, you know, when you have a cold or something, you're a little...
Yeah. A man complainer.
You are. So
we got to keep this
I was going to use a different word, but it's fine. But this is Hallmark.
Yeah.
This is Hallmarky.
Well, when it comes to back surgery, is better.
Yeah, you've been a really, really good patient, and your recovery is going well. So I'm just excited that you can sit up right now.
Yeah, I know.
for a little bit.
For a little bit. And
long enough for us to record.
Lay back down again.
That's progress. No, that's progress.
Yes, and I appreciate all the help that you have given me. You've been really good.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I just serve up the wine and we're good. I'm like, just drink this and we'll be fine.
Yes.
Well, when this drops, it will be, I think, the last day of March, and March is a colorectal cancer awareness month. So we're going to do a quick PSA on that because I am a stage 3 rectal cancer survivor. What? Going on 10 years now. So if you are 45,
10.
What was that? 10 years, 10 years. If you are afraid of a colonoscopy, don't be. It saved my life.
Nope.
I have had several since 2016. It is very easy peasy. It's just a test and a body part. So don't be scared. If you're 45 or older, make sure you get your colonoscopy. It's so important. Colon cancer is one of the most treatable and preventable cancers.
Sure is.
As long as you stay on top of things. You know, I didn't wait too long before I went into the doctor when I was having some issues. And the colonoscopy discovered the cancer, and then I had surgery and chemo, and everything is going great now. Yeah. I did just have my 10-year colonoscopy, and they did find some polyps that were precancerous, but that's the whole reason why you do the colonoscopies. They remove them.
People get it done.
Yeah. So for me, because I have a history, I will go back in 3 years to have another one instead of the 5. Again, the 5 is because I had a history. I was going every 5 years. I went like a year, and then 3 years later, then 5 years, and now again. So, but I'll gladly go back in 3 years, and they can just take that stuff out and call it a day.
That's what we're going to do.
So that's just a little PSA. Make sure you get your colonoscopies. If you're having any kind of issues, don't be embarrassed. Send us an email at pourthewine. It's Rom-Com Time. I will talk to you about it. I am not shy. And I am not modest about it anymore. So,
and I got mine coming up late summer. So
yep,
there you go.
You sure do. So stay on top of those. It's very, very important. 45 people. And older.
Yes.
Or if you have a family history, talk to your doctor.
It seems to be happening. So
yeah, I actually think it's the leading cause of cancer death.
Yeah,
because it goes undetected for so long. People are afraid to get those tests, and you're right. People younger and younger are being diagnosed with it, you know, and they're not sure why. I'm sure people suspect why, but I mean, people in their 20s and 30s, it's not an old person's disease like it was once thought to be.
Yeah, it's sad.
Unfortunately. Right. So just a quick little PSA.
There you go.
Schedule yours today or tomorrow or whenever you're listening to this. Make sure you call your doctor and schedule one. All right. Should we get to why we're here today?
Let's do it.
Today, we are very excited to be reviewing We Met in December. It originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, November 27th, 2025. And we did not review it at the time because we did a drawing for one movie every weekend during Countdown to Christmas to review. But we did watch them all. And we're coming back and revisiting the ones that we really enjoyed to review now. We didn't draw this one, unfortunately, but we, spoiler alert, may have liked it. So here we are.
Here we are.
It stars Autumn Reeser as Annie and Niall Matter as Dave. And of course, we just a couple weekends ago now, maybe a week ago, we had an Autumn Reeser marathon. We were kind of like, hey, let's watch some of her movies. So we watched Love on the Menu, the 27-hour day, Always Amore, Junebug, and we rewatched this one. And we were like, we've got to get that review together.
I'm telling you, that one with Tyler Hynes, man. Always Amore.
Yes.
I think that was one of his best ones. His
I
best movie.
agree.
Oh my goodness.
We had never seen that one.
Nope.
And I think we'd seen bits and pieces of it, but we'd never sat down and seen the whole thing together. And he is so good in that. She is too, of course.
Yeah.
Hence why we have an Autumn Reeser weekend. Yeah. We love her. We love him too. But he is, I think that's one of his best performances.
I think so too. And that's why he should be James Bond.
Oh, boy.
Hallmark needs to do a James Bond.
Hallmarkified James Bond starring Tyler Hynes. Let's do it, Hallmark. Are you listening? But yeah, we really enjoy Autumn. And of course, Niall, we just saw him in Providence Falls.
Yep.
Right. Was he in all three of those movies or just two? I can't remember now. And, some of our other favorites with him, This Time Each Year, Holiday Hotline, the Santa Summit. And we're very excited that he is going to be in 2026 Countdown to Christmas's A Grand Biltmore Christmas.
Ooh, looking forward to that one.
Yes. Yes. So that should be really
See,
good.
that's a gimme. That's not going to be, if we don't draw it, we're still going to review it.
We're definitely going to do it. Well, we picked a couple. I think we each picked like one or two of the Countdown to Christmas movies.
Review. Yep.
Right. And then we drew the rest of them. Yeah. So that'll be one that we're definitely going to review. Duh. Yeah. And hopefully we're going to make it there this weekend. This weekend. What am I saying?
Okay. I can't go with you,
fall.
But have fun.
Hopefully we're going to make it this fall. We had plans. We had reservations in 2025 and something came up and we could not go. But we're hoping to definitely go this fall.
We're going to get down there.
We're going to go.
Yep.
Yeah. We had a great supporting cast here too.
Man, it was phenomenal.
Kayana Teresa is Kate. She plays Annie's best friend. Mm-hmm. Isabel Bolton is Beth, Annie's sister. And Cutie Patootie Valentina Capitola, hopefully I pronounced her name right, is Cora, Annie's niece, her cute little niece. Aww. Dave's mom, Gail, is played by Nora Sheehan. And his sister, Violet, is played by Tara Yelland. And wrapping it up is Laura Amersay. She plays Olivia. She's a friend of Dave's. And Mistletoe Murders fans will recognize her because she is June in the Mistletoe Murders series.
Yay. I loved it. Jonathan Wright is the director. He's directed several Hallmark productions, including Single on the 25th, which we just dropped a couple weeks ago. So
yes, we did.
Head on over to YouTube or your favorite podcast app and have a listen. The Perfect Setting, The Royal Nanny, A Very Merry Mix-Up, and 6 episodes of The Good Witch. And if you haven't seen that series, I recommend it highly.
The Good Witch?
Yes.
Yes, we loved.
Nina Weinman is the writer on this one. She has a ton of Hallmark writing credits. A few include The Perfect Setting, A Haunted Wedding, which we enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Catch Me If You Claws. I just love the puns.
They play that one all the time. Yeah, that one's on very frequently, I think.
Napa Ever After and Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater. So funny.
Oh my gosh.
You want to drop the synopsis on this one?
I do, as soon as I find it. You know what? I didn't write it down. Hold, please. Oh my gosh. This is why we're a little bit out of sync.
I have it right here.
Do you have it? Okay. So Annie Lane and Dave Weeks meet in a holiday hotel, falling in love. They embark on separate quests to find each other, sharing wisdom and making significant life changes. Oh. There you go. I found it pretty quickly.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. So this is the part of the podcast where we're going to let you know, if you haven't watched it, we're probably going to drop some spoilers. Turn our podcast off, go watch it, come back, turn us back on, see what you think. Let us know.
Or did you say listen to the podcast?
Listen to the podcast, or you can watch the podcast, whichever one you want to do.
Yeah.
Because this bud's for you. No, just kidding.
Oh my gosh. This bud's for you. Oh boy.
All right. So what did you think?
Oh gosh. Okay. So When we rewatched it,
Mm-hmm.
I loved it even more the second time. I mean, we really enjoyed this one the first time.
Yeah, we
One of
did.
our all-time favorite movies, especially at the holiday time, is Serendipity.
Oh my gosh.
Hands down, one of my favorites. And this, it's not exactly like it. It is different in a
Right.
lot of ways, but
Right.
it's similar,
Yeah.
right? Because
They
they're
got
two
a lot of
people who are
similar
looking.
parts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, because they're two people who are looking for each other. And this one was so interesting. It had me hooked right away because you meet the couple right away out of the gate.
Yep.
Right. And so I loved the premise. So you meet them and you know that's the couple and you're like, huh, that's weird. It's not like a meet cute, like they already know each other, you know, what's going on here. I love the flashbacks in this one.
Oh,
You know, so
brilliant.
they you see them at first and then they get separated and then there are flashbacks throughout the entire movie, which,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we'll talk about more in detail in a little bit. But I loved all the decorations. It makes me really excited about the holidays, even though we're in March right now.
Hey, we have July,
March.
Christmas in July.
That's right. That's
Right around the
true. That's
corner.
very true. So, you know, their outright flirtation throughout the storytelling. I mean, and then of course, Niall and Autumn. I have to talk about them for a brief second.
Okay.
Their chemistry is so, so good.
Mm.
They've each mastered this like quiet, understated elegance in their performances.
I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like over the top. Autumn just brings this gentle, effortless softness to her acting, and there's just a natural warmth and kindness from her, and it never feels like forced.
Right.
And you know, in everything we watched of hers, I adored her more after we had that marathon a couple weekends ago. And Niall, you know, on the other hand, he just delivers this like he's the grounded guy, right? And he's just subtly charming in a way that it just authentic. It feels authentic. You don't feel like he's acting. Again, just the effortless charm that he, you know, exudes from him when he acts. And together they just show how powerful simplicity can be in performances. And I adored it. I adored it, adored it, adored it.
And I'm with you on that.
What about
100%.
you? What did you think?
I loved it. And like you, the second time around, I loved it even more.
I know. We usually don't talk about it and we finished it and you go, I know what I'm giving it.
Yep, I already knew. And
I said, don't tell me, let's wait till we do the podcast.
And you know, the thing that I enjoy most is when movies, I mean, movies have been done, right? You think that everything's been done. But when you try to do something that's similar to another movie and you fall short, it shows. With Serendipity, there's a lot of scenes in this movie that kind of mimic it. And let me tell you, they did an awesome job at the split screen, the flashbacks, the elevator scenes, the you know, them telling the story or talking to a family member or a friend and then having that flashback to continue the story, to move the story along. And the fact that every memory that they had was the other telling them, here's where we go, you know, here's where I go during Christmas and here's what we do. I just thought was brilliant.
There were little clues, and you know, and I don't want to imply that the writer was copying Serendipity because I don't think that
I'm
at
not.
all.
I'm just
I think
saying,
it's familiar to us
right,
because we love Serendipity so much, right? So, but it's a different take on it. Like it's
a totally different take.
Yeah, it was done so well. It was shot so well.
Oh my god!
I think also it was written,
the directing, the cinematography, the music,
the
supporting
music,
cast, all of it just fell into place.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so
I agree.
Let's go into some favorite scenes. No,
do you want to talk?
Let's do the meet cute.
Let's do the meet cute.
So what did you think
do the meet cute.
on the meet cute?
So they're both walking into a hotel at the same time. Their hands kind of touch each other as they go to grab the door, right? And so that's how they meet. And he's like, and does she say after you? And he's like, no, I can't. My mom would, you know, if he doesn't display impeccable manners, his mom
Right.
will know, and she has a sixth sense about those
Yes.
things. And Annie's kind of like, oh, well, I can't argue with mom, and
No,
he's
you
like, trust me,
can't.
no
No, you
one
can't.
can. I thought that was really just really cute banter. And then I really loved, and they're kind of looking at each other because they kind of like, oh, you're good looking. Oh, you can get, they have that moment where they're looking at each other. And then I love that they have a person behind them who's kind of like, could someone go in?
Right.
Like they're waiting to
She's
go
an
into the
older
hotel.
lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's nice about it though. She's not rude. She's kind of just like, are we gonna move forward? What are we doing here, right? And then she's like, and then to Dave, she says something like, "Well done, sir," because about his mom,
Yeah,
right?
because mothers do know.
Mothers do know, right,
Yes.
right. So I thought it was actually done very, very well, and I love that they meet each other in that moment, but then they continue on. They're
Right.
talking as they
Right.
walk through the lobby.
Yeah.
And so, their flights were canceled. There's bad weather. They're both trying to get home to Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. Let's go Cubs. We just started the season. But I thought it really worked. I thought it was great for this particular movie. I love the way they handled it. There was, humor in it, but it was still just smooth. And
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. What about you? We still have to come up with a meter, like a mistletoe meter or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll give it. We'll say
Rating.
how many mistletoes would you give it?
How many mistletoes?
Well, it's a meet cute,
would you
right?
hang around your house, right? Out of 5. Yeah.
I think it was brilliant because how many times have you met someone at a door and you both go to grab the handle and kind of touched hands or whatever. So to me it was kind of a realistic type of meet cute.
That's true.
I enjoyed it because, like you said, he was being a gentleman and
yes,
let her go in first after the one lady that was behind him. She was kind of funny. And then, like you said, they continued to talk to each other as they walked into the lobby of the hotel. So for me, I thought the meet cute was really, really good.
Yeah, it was really well done. And I guess there are the traditional where they don't like each other right away, but I like it that it's more realistic. Like you don't automatically hate somebody you meet, right,
I'm in a
right
hurry,
away.
get out of
And
the
especially
way.
like a stranger, kind of like, oh, excuse me, pardon me, I didn't mean to grab that. It was more realistic in that way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
All right. So
their acting on that was brilliant. It was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. All right, let's get into some favorite scenes. Are you going to be able to narrow it down?
Yeah, there was a lot, but I'm going to start off with so they check into the hotel, but the computers are down. So while the hotel is trying to get the computers back up so they can check into their rooms, the concierge said, hey, we're having a dessert tasting. The chef is having a dessert tasting in one of the halls. And so that's where they go. And I thought it was so well shot. And them having that conversation while eating desserts. And what happens is you start at one table in the back and you move your way forward to different tables. And just the conversations they were having, it was a brilliant, brilliant scene, man.
Now, don't we see that as a flashback?
It's a flashback.
That's one of the flashbacks, right? Yep. So they go to present day and they're both, she refers to him, to her friend, as Layover Dave, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, that was
and
funny.
He's kind of talking to his family or friends about her, and and then they have a flashback. A flashback, right?
And then it shows that particular scene. So that was my first favorite.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I approve this message.
All right, what about you? What was one of yours?
I would jump to anytime they had the flashbacks. I won't talk about each individual one, but I loved how they related. They would either see something or someone would say something and it would trigger a memory, and then they would go to the flashback of them, some part of their night that they were together, that they, in the hotel. So one of them is so Dave is talking to his friends and he says that he's going to make a list of all the things that she said she wanted to do because he's remembering their conversations. And at the same time, she's talking to her friend and realizes that he said a bunch of things that he was going to do in honor of his late father, because he's
Right.
trying to make the perfect Christmas.
Mhm.
So I always love too when they do sort of that parallel,
Yeah.
right, between the two. And so they go off to find, so Annie goes off with her friend
Mhm.
to find a house that's decorated, because she
Kate. Yep.
remembers Dave said his house was decorated, or they used to drive by a house that
Right.
was decorated to the nines, basically.
Yeah. I thought
Right.
that was a good scene too,
Yeah,
because
so I really liked, and then he's out with his friend at a market and remembers what she said about a coffee place at the market. So it
right.
just the way they played off of the flashbacks and the present day, I thought was really, really great. And
Right.
especially that first one where you do see the parallel. He's talking to his friends, she's talking to her best friend, and they're saying the same things about each other,
Mhm.
because now they're trying to find each other. So I
Yeah.
thought that was one of my faves. What do you have
Well,
any?
and you know what else was interesting is this was another one of those movies where there's that online thing where you can put a message up there and in hopes
Yeah.
that the other
Yes.
person will be listening or catch it in the paper or on an app or something, which I thought was also another cool uh, added kind of bonus to this particular movie.
Yeah, and we just saw that in The Way to You
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Who knew? I'm sure there are apps out there like that. They have to exist. I mean, I never thought about it until we
Right.
saw this one in The Way to You, and it's like, oh, they must really, use these.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because you could meet somebody and
Yeah, and forget to give them their number and their
well, we're going to talk
names and
about that in a
everything.
bit. We'll talk about
But
that at some point.
my next one is the scene where they're at the bar in the hotel, and he grabs a rose and he goes, "Let's do Christmas
Yes.
rose, Christmas thorn," right?
Yes.
And I thought Annie's her story was so funny because when she was in the 8th grade, she bought her boyfriend a video game, right? And back then that was the thing, right? Video games. And he gave her a piece of gum and then broke up with her because he told her gift giving expectations were, I guess too high or
Yeah.
whatever. And she was like, I gave him a game. He gave me gum. So that kind of always go back to say anything. I gave her my heart. She gave me a pen.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
Which is referenced in one of the movies we watched, by the way. I think that was
Yes.
Junebug. That was all
Yes.
about say anything.
I'm telling
That
you,
movie
you
was,
talk
yeah.
about signs, and this happens to us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just start
Mm-hmm.
hearing things that we were thinking about, and it's so weird.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But then her rose was, her grandmother passed away, but she would always sew with her, and her grandmother ended up giving her sewing machine. So that was her rose on that. And I thought that scene was, again, beautiful.
Yeah.
Chef's
Yeah.
kiss.
Yeah. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Now, did we mention that the very first scene, they're talking, they're walking in the hallway, right,
Yeah, and they're
of the
holding
hotel.
hands.
They're
Yeah.
holding hands.
Yep.
And then he's getting on the elevator and they're like, we'll see you tomorrow morning or whatever. And then he kisses her hand and then he gets on the elevator. And then, of course, the next morning he oversleeps. And their seats were right next to each other, too.
Yes.
Another serendipitous moment.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
seats on the airplane were going to be right next to each other. So then he oversleeps. She ends up catching that flight, right? So she misses him. She was waiting for him. So they go back to Chicago separately, and then they're trying to find each other. I don't know if we explained that at the top or not.
No, we didn't.
This would sound weird. No, we didn't. We forgot. We're kind of all over the place. It's like our first rodeo, right?
That's so funny. So what was another one of your favorites?
Gosh, I just enjoyed so many. Let me look. I love when they're at the fire pit scene at the hotel.
Yep.
I thought that was just really sweet, and the way they're talking to each other. He's talking about, I think is that when he's talking about his dad. It's his first Christmas without his dad, and he's trying to recreate like the perfect
right
Christmas. And it was just such a sweet moment between the two of them, and they're really getting to know each other. And another thing I just loved about this movie was that they are openly flirting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like, will they, won't they? You can clearly see they have a connection. You can
Yeah.
clearly see they're flirting with each other. And he says things throughout the entire night that are like, maybe I'll get your, I don't have the direct quotes in front of me, but he's into her,
Yeah,
and
he
he's not
definitely
hiding
is.
it. And she's into him. And I just love that they showed that
Mm-hmm.
throughout the entire movie instead of, like I said, will they, won't they? Or, he kind of likes her and she's kind of like, I just broke up with somebody I can't, or whatever. So I really enjoyed that part too, because that's real life. You find someone, you're really attracted to them, you talk to them, you get to know them. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's the reality of it.
Right.
So I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was.
What
It
about,
was.
what about you? Any other favorite scenes?
Yes. Talk about
Yes,
the
you said
elevator scene,
yes.
the second elevator scene.
Oh, you want to go to the end? Can we save that one?
All right, let's save it.
Let's save that for the end. Okay.
Because you talked about my other one, which was them sitting in the courtyard, and I thought the conversation that they had when they were ordering s'mores. So apparently,
Yeah.
the hotel had a different variety of s'mores, and he went with some Reese's Buttercup, and then she went with the classical, and they kind of went back and forth on, why'd you pick the classical, and you got to take
Yeah.
chances and stuff like that, and like you said, the banter back and forth, you can tell it was like they had been together forever, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Like
and
genuine
this is just
flirtation. It
one
was very
day.
comfortable.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
You
it had
really,
only been hours, and they
well,
just it
that's
seemed
true.
like they were
That,
friends. They were,
yeah.
or they've been dating for a while. But that was one of my other ones, and um, I liked how, because they seem to always be walking through the hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just having conversations, which I really enjoyed. And they come across one of the employees who's kind of upset, and he's
Mm-hmm.
pushing a cart of decorations because one of the other employees called or left work early and couldn't help him decorate the tree. So they offered to do it. And I thought, wow, man, that's pretty cool, right? They're offering to help this kid decorate the tree, and
Yeah.
during the decorating of the tree, the stories that that they were talking about, their relationship just kept building and building and building.
Well, and they're really getting to know each other. Like, that was one of my favorite scenes, kind of leads into that, where Dave he has gotten a tree without his family,
Right.
right? And they're a little bit upset with him because he's trying to he's like, well, I just did it. It was convenient and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And his mom and his sister are like, we always go together. We were going to go to a new tree farm, right?
Right.
We were going to go with her fiance or her boyfriend, Brad. They were going to go with him to the tree farm, and Dave didn't want to do that at first. And so then he kind of, his sister says to him, stop doing and start being.
Right.
And
Right.
that triggers the flashback to when they were in the ballroom,
Mm-hmm.
I think, right? So they're in the ballroom, and Annie has said to him that it's important for him to make time for things that he loves, or it's important for everyone to make time for things that they love.
Right.
And he needed to do that, like music, decorating, sewing.
Yep.
And that's when they dance. And she says, sometimes when you stop and just be present, amazing things can happen.
Yeah.
So that was one of those flashback moments, and it leads into the ball, like you were talking about. They decorated the trees and they had this moment.
Right.
And so throughout the whole movie too, they're helping each other, right?
Yeah.
She's helping him see that, he needs to stop and smell the roses, right?
Right.
Like they say, like he needs to slow down. He needs to enjoy the moment. Everything doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
You need to just be in the moment and enjoy it, and amazing things will happen, right?
Right.
And so, and he's talking to her about living out her dreams,
Yeah.
because she really wants to design, and she thinks that's just a hobby and things she used to like when she was a kid, and now she's a lawyer. Not that that's some, small feat, but she's a lawyer for a fashion
Mm-hmm.
company or
Yeah.
whatever. So he's trying to convince her, you really love to design, so why aren't you doing that? You
Right.
should pursue your dreams. What does he say? Dreams are just plans waiting to happen or something like that.
Right,
Like there,
right.
and I was like, oh, that's so good too.
It was. I mean, everything about this movie
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah. And there are just moments that lead to other moments. And it's so good.
Right. Well, I found interesting is all the different scenes where they just miss each
Miss
other.
each other. Yes.
It was so well done.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like the
the
recital, right?
recital, she's sitting off stage in the back because she did the costumes for the kids, and
Yeah.
he's out in the audience, but he can't see her and she can't see him because the curtain, and she's off stage. So I thought that was really good. And then them just the other scenes where he goes to the coffee shop and waits for her, and then he
Yeah.
tells the employee there, he gives his number to her, and they stick it on the cash register, but it never gets,
It never gets to her, but she
it never
does
gets
go
to
to the
her.
coffee shop to
Right.
meet somebody that she thinks, yeah. So there are all these like near misses,
Near
or
misses.
they've remembered correctly
Mm-hmm.
about the places that the other one has said they go to, and they
Right.
go to those places, and it's just so well done.
Yep.
The interactions. And um there's a point where the dress, we got to talk about the dress. So she makes a dress.
Mm-hmm.
Annie makes a dress. Her
Yeah.
friend takes it to her shop, and um Dave's friend sees the dress at the market,
Right.
and is like, oh, that's a beautiful dress, I love it, blah, blah, blah. And then you get towards the end of the movie, and when Dave sees her in that dress, he recognizes it
Mm-hmm.
as something that she would have made. And it wasn't quite as powerful as Serendipity, but there's a moment in Serendipity where I call it the book moment. It is one of my absolute all-time favorite scenes ever in a movie.
Yeah.
It is so
I
good.
agree
John
with you.
Cusack, his expression in that moment.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
Bridget Moynihan is in it too, in that scene. And the music is powerful. And the dress scene in this one just reminded me of that a little bit. Like I said, not quite as, they didn't linger on it like they do in Serendipity, but it was, he sees the dress and he instantly knows.
Right.
Right. And I thought that was just, I was like, ah.
Well, what led
really
up to that is at this point, both of them almost kind of gave up on searching for the other one.
That's true. Yeah.
And I can't remember who said this, but they were, I think it was her mom or somebody. They said, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
It was her sister.
Her sister. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really cool. And how interesting that it's the dress that he sees Olivia wearing, which is one of his friends, that he realizes, oh my God,
Yeah.
And he's like, where'd you get this dress? And she told her in the little Christmas marketplace. And, he's got and that was kind of one of my other favorite scenes is he runs there. And as he gets there, all the lights are turning off. And then there's this one little skinny Christmas tree right in front of him that's on for like that moment that he's late. He's too late, right?
Yeah.
And then it turns off. And I'm like, ugh.
I
was like, ugh.
But we know it's Hallmark. We know at some point they're going to meet each other.
So do you have any more favorite scenes?
We can talk about, you want to talk about when we finally learn what really happens at the elevator?
Oh yeah. You talk
Is
about it.
Is that it for you for favorite scenes otherwise?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So at the very beginning, like we've mentioned, you see them, they're holding hands, they're at the elevator, he's getting on, he kisses her hand, he gets on the elevator door closes, and then we move forward in the story, right? Well, towards the end, you find out this might be close to the book moment too, right? Because you're not expecting it. And if you have not watched it, push pause, go watch it, and come back and listen to this, because we are going to spoil it, because we have to talk about it. So towards the end of the movie, then they go to that particular, we've caught up to that scene. He gets on the elevator, the door closes, but it doesn't close all the way.
No.
It doesn't close.
No.
Because He has stopped the elevator door from closing.
Oh my God.
And he opens it up and he runs out and kisses her.
Oh
and
my God.
I almost fell off of the couch. I was
That
like,
was
oh
a
my gosh.
great scene.
Oh, so good.
He just grabs her, by the face and just plants one on her.
I was not expecting that.
Me either.
Well, I was the second time because I knew that it happened. But the first time we watched it, I was not expecting that. And it's just, and when we watched it again, it's so good. It's so
And I actually thought she was going to throw the rose to him, but oh my God.
You did?
Yeah, like in Serendipity where she throws the glove.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
oh, yes.
That's what I was expecting, but what they did, way better. Way better.
So good.
Oh my God.
Now that is the moment in the movie right there. That's the moment.
Well, that's one of them. Yeah. There's another one.
Well, I know, but
but that was
if I had to pick a favorite moment, that's it right there. That the fact that you don't know it at the beginning and then bam, right there.
All right. So do you want to move on to when they actually finally do meet again?
Is that a favorite scene of yours?
It's a favorite scene, and it's also just the way they did it. I thought it's a cheer for me.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So like I was saying, he gets to the Christmas market too late. The tree turns off. He hears behind him there's a church and they're holding service at Christmas. And he hears the song that she had been talking about, which was Silent Night, where the choir they all have candles. So he turns around and you can just see in his face, and it's kind of like that book moment. So he goes into the church and he walks and he's kind of looking to see if he can find her. And of course he can't. So he sits down. And during the whole song, he's kind of just looking around. And when they're done, the pastor has everybody stand up and then turn to their neighbors and, and greet them and thank them and all this other stuff, wish them well. And she's sitting right in front of him. And when she turns around and they both see each other,
I got a little teary-eyed.
Yeah, that's the tissues, man.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Well, it's like they've been looking for each other everywhere, right? Yeah. They've gone to great lengths to try to find each other. And then they finally have given up and been like, oh, well, I really liked him, but it looks like I'm not going to find him. It looks like I'm not going to find her. And then they literally end up sitting, like he sits right behind her in the church, but doesn't realize it right away.
Doesn't realize it. Nope. That was a great scene.
That was a great way to do that. I always hated doing that in church, by the way.
I know.
Like greet your neighbor and say, because I'm so like, not that I don't want to meet people, but I'm just more shy. It's awkward for me. I don't like it. I don't like it, but it works. I get it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And then the music at the end was so cinematic.
Yes.
Didn't you think it was so cinematic? The music I love. And this movie did not have any like dorky, quirky music.
Yeah.
It had really good music. So I don't know who did the sound or music in this one. Not sound, but music. But it was really, really good. I could probably find it, but
I agree with you.
Yes. So really, really good. All right. Let's talk about Cheers.
What do you got?
Do you have any?
Well,
I have none.
I mean,
I know we've just talked about them the whole time,
just
right?
The way everything, the directing, the writing, the filming, the music, the supporting cast. I just thought it all blended well together. So that's
really did.
Yeah.
I agree. And let me just say really quickly, I found the composer. His name is Christopher Guglick, and he also is a composer for Because of Cupid, A Keller Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
And some other Love on the Danube, Royal Getaway, some mysteries. So he's been doing composing for Hallmark for a minute, and he nailed it.
100%.
Nailed it in this one.
100%.
Yes. Thank you, Christopher Guglick. All right. So anyway, I just had to throw that out there. Sorry.
All right. What about some cheers for you?
Cheers for me. I've already discussed them. The storytelling, the way they incorporated the flashbacks, the present day and the flashbacks, and what would make them remember certain things, because memories are triggered that way.
Right.
You see something, you see a color, you hear a sound, you hear a word, you hear something just reminds you. And I really loved that. The chemistry between the two of them, between Niall and Autumn, was just fantastic. I love both of them as actors. Like I talked about at the beginning, their understated performances are brilliant.
Yep.
And I adore them together. I hope we get them together again,
Agree.
So I just everything worked. Everything clicked for me in this movie. I mean, I was hooked from the first moment.
Yeah. When
we first saw them, because it was intriguing to me that we were starting that way.
Right.
I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I liked, everything, I guess. Everything. Just about everything. There's one little bitty thing that I would just,
All right. Is that a jeer?
Well, it's a jeer-ish,
okay.
But it's Hallmark, so it's not really. But yeah, so I just loved it. Any more? So jeers for you? Any jeers?
No.
Any
I don't
notes?
have any. No. And I just want to mention one more thing. The amount of decorations in every scene was perfect.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because he's decorating his house like his dad used to. And when it starts, it's already pretty decorated, the outside especially. And then towards the end, I mean, it is decorated to the nines, but all of the decorations, the hotel decorations, the
Christmas pageant, or the kids' Christmas pageant.
Yes.
The church. Everything was just the market.
Everything. Such a good
just
point.
Enough sprinkle all over.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm glad they didn't go overboard with it. Or
I gotta look up the set designer, right? I gotta look that up.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to how many ornaments you would give this.
Do I get to talk about my jeer?
Oh, that's right. All right, sorry.
And this is just a little. The fact that I had to suspend reality for a minute and forgive them for not giving each other their numbers.
I know.
In today's day, I get it. I went with it. I loved it. It's not going to affect my rating, believe me.
Right.
But I mean,
get the number, man.
They didn't. Okay, so I get maybe not getting the last names. Like I kind of, okay, you just introduce yourself with your first name for a while, whatever. I get that.
Right.
But numbers, I mean, smartphones, I just felt like, I mean, come on, like with that.
Well, he did when they met
at least have a mistype it in or something. I don't know.
I
don't know. But anyway, but hey,
they fell so hard in love. They just forgot all about getting the numbers.
Yeah.
And the fact that they thought they were going to meet each other the next morning and sit on the plane.
Yeah, but you can never make assumptions on that.
Never.
I'd be getting somebody's number.
You see what happened, right? And you saw what happened.
Yeah, you see what? They almost didn't get together.
That's
all
awesome. All right, so out of 5 ornaments, how many are we going to hang?
I would give them I would hang a solid 5.
Me
5 all day, every day.
I almost told you yesterday, and you're like, no, save it for the podcast.
I said, wait, what did you say? How many for you?
5. 5.
Fiver.
5 all the way.
Yeah.
All right. So, is that a wrap?
That is a wrap.
All right. So, the best way you can support our podcast is to tell your family and friends where they can find us. Either on YouTube at Pour the Wine, it's Rom-Com Time, or on your favorite podcast application.
Podcast platform. Yep. You can find us there. What?
It's always good to add a little bit of Hallmark into someone's life.
Right. Especially in today's world,
know,
right? We all need a little pick-me-up. Or you can, send us an email to pourthewineisromcomtime@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. If you watched We Met in December during Countdown to Christmas, or maybe you watched it right before or after our review, send us an email and let us know what you thought, or let us know about anything Hallmark related. We would love to hear from you.
We sure would.
Make sure you follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on all social media so you don't miss a thing. Until next time.
Cheers.